All right, team, welcome to Plastic Surgery Untold, greatest podcast in the world, as voted by us. Super exciting because, we started this program called Scaling Skinny as we've had so many practices, programs from around the country reaching out and how they can really help their patients join the weight loss revolution. It's been life-changing for Sarah and I and the 2,000 patients we see a month in our office, and being able to try and share our knowledge. And we had the really, really unique and privileged opportunity to partner with Simplast, who, has been this incredible technology company that developed our EMR, but even much, much more of that, this patient and practice-facing technology, and to be able to really kind of take the weight loss revolution to the next level, I think is so exciting, and there's so many things to come. So let me introduce everybody, and then we'll jump right into it, because I think there's really exciting things in 2024 that are going to be absolutely fabulous to really help both patients and practices take themselves to the next level, whether it's their fit and fabulous or whether it's their practice themselves. So Facundo, you're joining us from afar, so please introduce yourself and let people know who you are and your company.
Well, thank you for having me. I mean, it's a pleasure and an honor to work with you guys. You have been killing it on this program. And I'm Facundo Formica. I'm the CEO of Simplast. We are an EMR and practice management software that is specifically designed for plastic surgeons and medical spas. We have been around for almost 7 years, and we have over 4,500 clients using our platform every day. As I said, it's specifically designed for the plastic surgery practice, or the modern plastic surgery practice. We have all the workflows that are very patient-centric, and this type of program, like the weight loss program, is very exciting because it puts the patient in the front, and it helps your practice scale to great new heights. So thank you for having me.
Heather, introduce yourself.
My name is Heather. I'm one of the coordinators here at Austin Plastic Surgeon. I am super excited to be here on my very first podcast and talk a little bit about the Scaling Skinny program.
I think Heather's been absolutely key, and she's way too modest, but she's really helped us develop how we've made this such an incredible experience for our patients. And, the idea is, how do you make this flow easy? And that's where the back end from the works inside the office to the technology that Facundo and Simplast are bringing, is what's going to be key here, because I think we all live on our phones. We all live in this age of technology. I always talk about my nieces. I had a patient that was an author, and she'd autographed a book, and my nieces were trying to make the pictures bigger and smaller by swiping their hands, because those that have grown up in this age, we're so used to everything being in our phones and easy. And I think the idea that we can take the stuff that Sarah, Jenna, and Heather have developed and make this in the palm of their hands to develop the healthcare and the resources they want is going to be what's going to drive the future and make stuff so easy for patients. Sarah, talk a little bit about, because that's all exciting, but if you can't really generate awareness of this, and that's where I think some of your marketing expertise of the Scaling Skinny is going to be huge. And a big part of this, because it's one thing for us to tell you we have this great program, but how do you reach patients? And I think that's a big part of the program.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Sarah. I'm one of the nurse injectors at APS, but I get to see a lot of these weight loss patients myself. I personally have lived the weight loss revolution, but I also have the really unique perspective of helping with the marketing department. So that's actually how I started with Austin Plastic Surgeon. And like Dr. Franco said, we can, give you this really awesome tool that has everything that you need to know with, as far as, how to prescribe the medication, how to give it to them, how often you should see them, et cetera. But if you aren't getting patients coming into the office asking for it, then it's not going to do anything. So we really want to make this a all-encompassing package, including, getting your awareness out there, brand awareness, social media. How do you start? How should I talk about this? How often and where, and all of that. So including even some like cut and paste type stuff, so we can make it as easy as possible for you. But I think that's something that you cannot ignore in this day and age. Instagram by far and wide has been our number one driver, of patients and leads for a very long time. So, but social media in general and marketing is just an exciting topic that I could talk about all day.
And that's why we call this Scaling Skinny to Sculpting, because, the weight loss revolution is something that's hot and something that really resonates with a lot of people. But the idea is teaching these concepts of marketing, of patient management, of controlling the overall experience to make this an absolute, priceless time for our patients. patients with us. And so the idea is that we're going to create something that practices can, expand on throughout, no matter what the actual treatment is, whatever resonates with them. And Jenna, that's something where you've really helped our practice, and you created this Ozempic prevention and treatment plan. And that's the idea where, people come in, now you feel fabulous? How do you look fit and fabulous?
Yeah, I think the treatment plans have been huge in not only helping convert patients to other areas of the practice, but it truly benefits the patient, right? I know, when I'm coming into a practice, if I'm about to go through this journey, I want to know, how can I look my best overall? What can I expect to happen to my body? And that's exactly what this treatment plan addresses, is these are the natural changes that happen with weight loss. This is how you can prevent them. You are obviously investing in your wellness overall. Let's make sure you have the best overall outcome, and let's pace that out over a period of time to make sure that it's feasible for you.
And when we first started this project, one of the things that I just have never left my mind, because I thought it was so innovative, so cool for you guys, but basically designing this platform that helps us, obviously, on our side to streamline the experience so it's easy for patients, but also easy for them to be able to see all of their options, almost creating this Amazon experience in healthcare that connects you right with your provider. That's always kind of been Simplast's mission, I would say, in kind of this modern practice that's so mobile, so user-friendly, but to really take this even to the next level of the wellness center, I think is super exciting, and something that I love the overall concept you guys are developing that's honestly launching in the next week or two.
Yeah. So basically, as you put it, the Amazon type of self-service, right? It's all about empowering the patients to make their own decisions, to research and make their own decisions, and then helping them to cross the finish line. So from selecting the program, researching the program, selecting the program, and even booking the appointments, right? And with our app-to-app communication, it enables your practice to have video visits, to answer questions via secure messaging, and all within a HIPAA secure environment. It has been part of our DNA at Simplast.
Heather, when one of the other key components that you developed in this scaling to sculpting is even a guide to all the different compounding pharmacies that we've partnered with throughout the country, and even made this super cool chart where people can look up their specific states, the specific compounding pharmacies. And can you explain to that? Because I think that's one of the things that scares people, is a challenge, and something that makes people nervous about even getting started.
For sure. When we got started with the program, there was a lot of interviewing of pharmacies that we had to do, and it was very confusing because you don't know what questions you're supposed to be asking. What's safe, what's not safe, and then you're talking with a pharmacist who's very well educated and going through all of these different things that may or may not necessarily make sense in the beginning. So we've created a really cool guide that kind of talks about how to interact with the compounding pharmacy, what questions you should ask, what it means when they give you these certain answers about what type of pharmacy they are, 503A, 503B, what do these codes mean? And then we even took it a step further to give a list of our preferred pharmacies that we are already working with, that you can see if they work in your state or not. And then you have direct contact information for them so that you already know their pricing. You get some preferred pricing for working with pharmacies that we have set up for y'all already. Of course, if you are looking for something more local, we have those, how to interview the compounding pharmacy guide. So it's supposed to be super user-friendly and have special contacts for you at each place so that you're able to feel really guided through the entire process.
See, for me, I would say, when you're thinking about the scaling skinny to sculpting program, it's a couple things. There's two parts to this. There's the training program of learning how to, one, implement the weight loss program, but truly expanding this over everything from creating lead magnets to follow through to conversions. And then there's the technology side of now you have these patients. How do you make this the best experience in the world for them and make this seamless? Because, scaling can be a double-edged sword, right? So it's great to be busy, but when you're busy and you don't have a process that's functional, it's a huge miss for the patients and for the practice. So I think for me, the idea is that you're able to roll this all into one. I think our team and Facundo's team has this dream of making this system and process that is all encompassing and just really makes life so much easier. Just lets truly providers and patients to love the healthcare experience again. And I think that's something that has maybe fallen off track. I think for a lot of providers, providers and patients. Nobody says, yay, I get to go see my healthcare provider today. Yay, might as well get my teeth filled. It's just, but want to make this such an incredible experience for them that's so easy, so streamlined, so transparent. Maybe each of you can tell me what is your favorite part or most exciting about this program?
I think, since we started the program in November of 2022, it was so impressive to me how it exponentially grew month over month. And there's so much that we learned and so many processes that we've been able to implement and improve. So I'm most excited to share those keys to success that we've really found, because it was a lot of trial, error, effort, and things like that to figure out how to really serve our patients best, how to make it the most seamless for the providers and the practice. And it has just been so exciting to watch the program start with just a few set of patients, and I kid you not, month over month, exponential growth. And that was the most exciting for me on the reporting side.
For me, obviously, I'm going to pick social media or the marketing aspect of it. This really is a lead magnet, right? So it really is something that patients are interested in, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's easy. I do think that we've found a few unique ways to really stand out to, the masses on social media that really brings those patients in. And we've found that this is a very easy tool to convert. So once you get those leads in, if you have the tools, then we can help, guide you from beginning to end, and then convert them over and they become this lifetime patient. So like Jenna said, exponential growth, but not just a one-time patient. The goal is really to bring them in as a lifetime patient. And once they've been seeing you for a little while, they don't want to leave. If you're doing your job and they're doing their job, you have this great patient relationship that you've developed and a patient that's going to stick with you for a while.
Yeah.
There's so much in here. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
There's so much in here, and I love the team that Dr. Franco that you have built. It's the performance on your practice, and specifically in this program, but all across, it's unrivaled right now, and that's why I'm so excited to be here and to be partnering with you guys as the technology partner, because what you have accomplished, and I think that the fact that you mentioned earlier might not be stressed enough, that is 2,000 patients that you guys are servicing through this program. It's incredible. I mean, we have about more than 30% of our clients at Simplast are running a program like it, a weight loss program, and there's nobody that is beyond 400 patients, and even 400 patients is a lot.
Mm-hmm. But
what you have done by building it, and as you were mentioning, via the Instagram and social media in general, an exponential growth. It's both impressive from a marketing point of view, but also from an operational point of view, because servicing them and ramping up and creating the procedures and creating the infrastructure, both from a human capital point of view, as well as the standard operating procedures and the technology acceptance and leveraging our technology to do so, it has been an unbelievable journey to watch from the sidelines. And then when we decide to take it farther and now invest into automating this program, it's going to make it even easier for you to manage, but also for the patient to have an unbelievable experience. Because as we start gamifying that, as we start getting the patient to interact with your practice via the patient app and entering the information and looking at their progress, right? Like the graph on how they are losing weight and creating that gamification, it will only increase that adherence to the program and the ability to launch other programs as well. Because the weight loss is just one of the programs that we can do, but I know that we're going to be doing many other ones in the future.
Heather?
Absolutely. I would agree with absolutely everything everyone has said here. I think something that's super special about this too, even if you're not looking to, necessarily explode your program, it really serves the patients that you have as well. We have a lot of our surgical patients previous to this that would come in, sit down with a coordinator, with a surgeon, kind of talk about all their vulnerabilities, really put themselves out there, and then realize that they're not necessarily a candidate for surgery because they have a BMI that puts them, for safety reasons, out of range for being a candidate. And so to be able to offer them a program that will guide them through all the way up to surgery if they're wanting to eventually have a procedure done, you're not having to just turn them away and say, absolutely, we would love to serve you. Come back when you've lost X amount of weight. You're able to say, hey, this is your goal. Let's talk about how we get you there from the very beginning all the way through, the ultimate outcome. And you're not just having to kind of weed through your patients. So even in your own current client base, you can really serve your patients very, very well. And then on top of that, it does convert. These patients are able to go into several different other areas of the practice. And that's not something I personally was expecting. I was a little naive to that. I was expecting, to serve our surgical patients, but it's brought so many new patients in that eventually want to convert into our med spa because then they lost weight, they have skin laxity, they want to know what else they can do that's going to help them along that aesthetic journey.
And so I want people to understand when we talk about the Scaling Skinny to Sculpting program, it's really everything from A to Z, because we're not only teaching people about the weight loss program, we're teaching them all about business development in terms of making this the absolute best experience for your practice and for the patients, from how do you get patients to know about the great, fabulous services you offer? How do you move them along that so that they can get scheduled appropriately, and then being able to follow up them and then expose them to the other treatments that are going to help them look absolutely fabulous when they're doing this. And I think it's the merger of the technology, the program. And then the really cool thing about it is that it's not like we just send you, a link, here's a bunch of documents, good luck, peace out. We actually offer an in-house training program for those that can't travel. We're actually videoing all of those that we'll be able to download and watch at your leisure, whether it's, while you're driving to work to listen, or if you want to watch them. And then we're actually going to keep dropping, this new content as we go along, because this is such a fast-pacing world. And if we didn't have the technology partners like Simplast to do this, that wouldn't be feasible for us to be able to make it a good experience for everyone that's part of our program. So want to thank everyone who's here, who's made this possible. Special thanks to Facundo and his team at Simplast that really helped make this dream come a reality. So super excited about what 2024 holds. So appreciate everybody being on Plastic Surgery Untold. It's a new podcast called Scaling Skinny coming soon. So we'll see you guys all soon. Plastic Surgery Untold. Get us wherever you download your favorite podcasts: iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, and Pandora. We'll see you guys soon, or watch us on YouTube. See ya. Bye.
Bye.